Hi, welcome to the quiz. You can answer along on quizalto.com, all for free. The exact URL of this quiz will be in the notes down below. Let's get started, good luck. What is the purpose of AWS CloudFormation in relation to AWS Service Catalog? To secure S3 buckets. To provision AWS resources based on templates. To monitor DynamoDB tables. To encrypt EBS volumes. AWS CloudFormation is used in tandem with AWS Service Catalog to provision AWS resources based on templates specified in the Service Catalog products. What is the purpose of tagging resources in AWS Service Catalog? To automatically provision resources based on tags. To restrict access to resources in the Service Catalog. To enable better cost allocation and resource management across the organization. To monitor network latency within the catalog. Tagging resources in AWS Service Catalog helps organizations allocate costs effectively and manage resources by providing visibility and control over resource usage and attribution. How does AWS Service Catalog help organizations with compliance? By monitoring disk usage on EC2 instances. By optimizing database queries. By enforcing governance through product constraints and portfolio sharing. By automatically scaling applications based on traffic patterns. AWS Service Catalog helps organizations with compliance by enforcing governance through product constraints and portfolio sharing, ensuring resources are provisioned in line with organizational policies and regulatory requirements. What is the benefit of using AWS Service Catalog for developers? Access to advanced networking features. Access to real-time analytics tools. Access to preconfigured resources and services. Access to unlimited storage space. AWS Service Catalog provides developers with access to preconfigured resources and services, allowing them to quickly provision the necessary infrastructure for their applications. What is a portfolio in AWS Service Catalog? A collection of products. A security group. A fleet of EC2 instances. An IAM role. In AWS Service Catalog, a portfolio is a collection of products, each representing an AWS resource that can be provisioned. What is the purpose of the service actions in an AWS Service Catalog? To define the operations that users can perform on a product. To create custom Amazon machine images. To set up a virtual private cloud. To manage cloud storage costs. Service actions in an AWS Service Catalog are used to define the operations that users can perform on a product, such as launch, terminate, or update the provisioned resources. What role does the tag option play in the AWS Service Catalog? Defines tags that can be applied to provisioned products. Creates custom machine images. Automates load balancing configuration. Manages network security groups. The tag option in the AWS Service Catalog is used to define tags that can be applied to provisioned products, allowing for consistent resource categorization and control. What is the purpose of using permissions in an AWS Service Catalog? To automatically launch new instances. To control access to service actions. To encrypt data at rest. To monitor resource usage. Permissions in an AWS Service Catalog are used to control access to service actions, ensuring that only authorized users can perform specific actions on services. What is a service catalog portfolio in AWS? A set of network configurations. A group of security policies. A list of monitoring tools. A collection of IT services. A service catalog portfolio in AWS is a collection of IT services that can be made available to users based on their permissions. What is the purpose of AWS Service Catalog service actions? To automate Route 53 DNS updates. To classify S3 buckets. To define tasks that users can perform on provisioned products. To secure EC2 instances. AWS Service Catalog service actions enable administrators to define tasks that users can perform on provisioned products, helping self-service actions and governance. What is a CloudFormation template in the context of a service catalog? A shared network drive. An executable binary file. A virtual machine image. A JSON or YAML file defining the AWS resources and configurations. In the context of a service catalog, a CloudFormation template is a JSON or YAML file that defines the AWS resources and configurations that can be deployed as part of a service. How does AWS Service Catalog integrate with AWS Identity and Access Management? By automatically scaling EC2 instances. By enabling cross-region replication. By allowing administrators to control user access to products and portfolios. By optimizing database performance. AWS Service Catalog integrates with AWS IAM by allowing administrators to control user access to products and portfolios through IAM policies and roles. Which of the following is a benefit of using an AWS Service Catalog? Automated bug fixing. Increased network bandwidth. Standardization of IT services. Higher CPU clock speed. One of the benefits of using an AWS Service Catalog is the standardization of IT services, ensuring consistency and compliance across the organization. What is a CloudFormation template in the context of AWS Service Catalog? A guide for software development. An algorithm for machine learning models. A template for network routing. A blueprint for creating resources. A CloudFormation template in AWS Service Catalog is a blueprint that defines the resources and configurations to be provisioned as part of a service. What is the primary purpose of tagging resources in an AWS Service Catalog? To categorize and track resources. To schedule automated backups. To block access to resources. To increase storage capacity. Tagging resources in an AWS Service Catalog is primarily used to categorize and track resources, allowing for better management, cost allocation, and access control. What is a product in AWS Service Catalog? A database instance in RDS. A bucket in S3. A load balancer in Elastic Load Balancing. A configurable IT service or application that can be provisioned. In AWS Service Catalog, a product refers to a configurable IT service or application that can be provisioned following pre-approved guidelines. What is the purpose of a service catalog in AWS? To authenticate users for AWS services. To create and manage catalogs of IT services. To automate server provisioning. To monitor network traffic. The purpose of a service catalog in AWS is to create and manage catalogs of IT services, allowing organizations to centrally manage and govern cloud services. What is the significance of role-based access control in AWS Service Catalog? It manages infrastructure backups. It optimizes database queries. It automatically scales resources based on traffic patterns. It restricts user access to products based on their assigned roles. Role-based access control in AWS Service Catalog restricts user access to products based on their assigned roles, ensuring that only authorized users can request and deploy resources. What is the purpose of the AWS Service Catalog? To secure S3 buckets. To monitor EC2 instances. To create and manage catalogs of IT services. To deploy virtual servers in AWS. The AWS Service Catalog allows organizations to create and manage catalogs of IT services that are approved for use on AWS. What is the significance of constraints in AWS Service Catalog? Constraints monitor network traffic in the Service Catalog. Constraints provide billing information for products in the Service Catalog. Constraints automatically scale resources in the Service Catalog. Constraints help define the conditions under which a product can be launched. Constraints in AWS Service Catalog help define the conditions under which a product can be launched, ensuring that deployment meets specific requirements or limitations. What is a product in AWS Service Catalog? An IT service that can be fired up, configured, and used without requiring provisioning or management. An on-premises storage solution. A virtual private server. A content delivery network. A product in AWS Service Catalog is an IT service that can be fired up, configured, and used by end users without requiring manual provisioning or management. What is a portfolio in AWS Service Catalog? A storage class in S3. A type of EC2 instance. A collection of products and the configuration options for each. A security group in AWS. A portfolio in AWS Service Catalog is a collection of products along with the configuration options for each product. What is the purpose of AWS Service Catalog? To design machine learning algorithms. To monitor network performance. To centrally manage approved IT services. To automate infrastructure deployment. AWS Service Catalog allows organizations to centrally manage approved IT services, including everything from virtual machine images to servers, software, and databases. What is a constraint in AWS Service Catalog? A performance metric for EC2 instances. A database in RDS. A rule that defines the allowed values for a product's configuration. An alert triggered by CloudWatch. A constraint in AWS Service Catalog is a rule that defines the allowed values for a product's configuration. In what way does AWS Service Catalog promote self-service provisioning? By requiring manual approval for all service requests. By providing on-site training for new services. By restricting user access to certain resources. By enabling users to request and deploy approved services on their own. AWS Service Catalog promotes self-service provisioning by enabling users to request and deploy approved services on their own, reducing the burden on IT teams. And that's a wrap. Thanks to everyone who participated. Remember, you can answer along on quizalto.com, where you can keep track of your progress and find much more quizzes. We hope you had a fun and challenging time. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we upload. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions, and, if you think this video is worth sharing with someone who could benefit from it, please forward a link to them. See you next time. Thanks for watching.